everyone. Hardest thing to do is remember to flip that screen so I can see, monitor myself. Good evening. This is, oh my goodness, here we are again. One, two, three. There, episode 33. God, I knew this was going to come to it. I should have had it in my mind before I sat down in front of this camera, but anyway, this is episode 33 of My 15 Minutes, a daily show where I just run my mouth about whatever I feel like. I mean, that's the American dream, right? Freedom of speech. You can speak about anything you want. You can't be held liable unless you go after somebody or tell lies about somebody. But anyway, so right now, and I should have started this a few seconds ago. Again, this is episode 33, but I'm filming this whole thing on my standard camera, which is the Nikon P610, which is a great point and shoot, and does a decent job of the video too. I mean, I've got some extra lights here and to help, that's for sure, because you have to have light. But right now, I'm also recording on my cell phone, my Note 9. I have it set up for face tracking, actually, so it's supposed to follow me around. And it does a pretty good job. I'm pretty amazed at it. But anyway, because it's on the gimbal that I talked about the other night. I have it set up on the gimbal, on a small tripod, and primarily my focus should be on the Nikon, but periodically I'll look over here. It's interesting. Two couple different perspectives that I'm seeing them both. But anyway, tonight, what was I going to, anyway, I don't think it matters much to anybody, but I'm going to actually probably change the focus of my little Old Folks Boogie 2 channel. As I've been doing this for a month, and I, never have really a lack of anything to talk about personally. I can tell stories, until the cow comes home. Cows come home, or the cow comes home, whichever way. If you only have one, you got it. But anyway, but the more I think about it, the more I wonder how many other people my age have something to say and really don't know how to go about saying it. I mean, they can say it, but they don't know how about filming it and putting it up on YouTube or whatever and making it available to the general public. I mean, most of us my age aren't that technologically savvy. I've met a lot of us seniors out there, and but I was in the business for a long time and worked on computers and understand computers and understand technology. Not as well as I used to. I'm not up on things like I used to be because I just don't have to be and don't care to be. But this is an interesting technology to me, this YouTube technology. What we can do with it, what we can accomplish. So, I think there might be other people, like my future sister-in-law, Janet, coming up, boy, May, it's coming soon. Anyway, Janet came the other week and had a really nice chat and got a bunch of people to come visit her and see what she had to say. So I think what I need to do is find more Janets, more people that want to take 15 minutes out of their lives to, say something. Interestingly enough, a little more couple pieces to put together, but once things are finished, We should be able to take this on the road to visit anybody, do it in their own home, and get it up onto YouTube the same day easily enough. So that would be what I would like to do. If anybody would like to say anything, or you know somebody that'd like to say something, if you anybody ever listened to this, or if you think you can record your own and upload it to me. I've said this before. I do invite guests. I really want people to chat. Oh, by the way, nice fireworks pick, huh? Yeah. Now, this thing's following me pretty good, you know. This other thing here, it's pretty amazing. Anyway, but that I can take this whole rig, bundle it up in just nothing, a couple little boxes, little cases, and take it to anybody's house, and do the same thing that I'm doing here in mine. Now I like it here. I like having my little space, my little studio space, so to speak. Doesn't you don't have to have it. I just it makes me feel comfortable. But I'm going to be taking myself out on the road too. I do want to explore where the video can take you when you're I don't know. We'll see. It's just we're doing the exploring now. So, but right, I mean, this is so amazing. This thing over here. I wish you could see it. I wish you could see how it works. I don't know. Maybe you could do that. Maybe I could set this camera up behind me and film this way. So what you see is my image on the smartphone. Well, but that's another night. I couldn't do that tonight. We're already into the 15 minutes and we're not changing anything. But, again, if anybody pays attention and listens, and I'll be talking to people that I know and inviting anybody to have a say-so, I'll come and film you at your location, or you can come to mine if I know you well enough to invite you into my home. Otherwise, you could, come in, we can come to you. Come to you wherever you want to be, public park, the mall, wherever you want to take 15 minutes out of your time and film something to say to the world. Anything you want, no censorship, except on it's hard to say. I personally don't subscribe to the, I don't know what you call it, the filthy language thing. So, I mean, I don't know that I've ever said anything very harsh on this. I don't think so. I try not to. I don't even try not to. I just don't. I'm not a cusser. Although, put me in with a bunch of Army guys in wherever we are, and we're all cussers. Or in a bar situation. Cussing is what it is. It's, I grew up in a house that we didn't. And if you did, it was bar soap time. So we didn't. And we learned, at least I learned as a child, when to cuss and when to not. And when to not was whenever I was around my parents or any other adult. And when I could was when I was around anybody of my own age, my peers. Then, it was all, anything could go. Although, when I was young, we did not cuss around women. We didn't cuss around girls. We didn't do that sort of thing. Not in Kentucky anyway. I don't know where in the world that was going on at that time, but it seems to be going on all the time now. But at that time we didn't, and so it was the guys, and we were cussed among ourselves. That's when the F word, the F bomb comes out. The rest of it, it's just But I'm not a big fan of cussing. I don't think it needs to be utilized to get your point across. So, I use other colloquialisms, or I make things up as I go along. See, you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. That's the truth. But anyway, so so anyway, the idea, I think, at this point, Old Folks Boogie 2, is to get old folks, and let's see what old folks are doing out there. Let's let them talk to us. Let's film them where they are, film them what they're doing. You got an old person, let's get them on the air. It's time for us to, it's not all youth out there. I mean, my kids aren't even doing this. My kids could be doing it. My daughter is an artist, Anne-Marie, she's an artist. She could be trying to be an influencer even. She's young, she's pretty, she's very talented, but she doesn't bother with this. I see tons of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of it. It's, I don't watch them all the way through always. I get what I need and move on through it and get out of it. You can spend the rest of your life glued to the YouTube channel. That's a fact. There is no way on God's green earth that, if you don't have anything else to do and you sit yourself in front of YouTube, you'll absorb more in a year than you would have almost in a lifetime anywhere. Because you can't get the kind of experiences that these people are posting online. You can't do it, all by yourself. You can go get a 1 or a 2 or whatever, but you can get anything on this thing. Everybody's teaching everybody else how to do all kinds of stuff. It's unbelievable. It's one of the greatest innovations that come out of the internet, as far as I'm concerned. But then again, I'm a big believer in the internet anyway. I am a firm believer that the internet has changed things for the better. I'm a firm believer that there isn't anything that technology can't help with in the long term. It certainly has its backsides in the short term. The disposal of hazardous materials. We're just screwing up the earth as we go along. I don't know how to stop it. I'm not sure that anybody else does either. Everything's disposable. Where is it all going to go? We're using up resources at a phenomenal rate. Yeah, I know. It is. It's a sad thing, I think. But I'm not out to be an activist and pound the sand and not get anywhere, truthfully, because I don't think the human condition is such that we don't have the ability to come together as a group to solve a problem unless we see the direct threat. And at this stage in the game, it doesn't seem like the direct threat is there to most people. I live on above sea level. So I weigh hundreds of feet above sea level. So, if you get right down to it, I have no direct threat from global warming unless there's a forest fire or something, and then we'll see. My house has been standing for almost 300 years. That tells me that there's a lot of stability in this area anyway. We don't get earthquakes and forest fires and stuff like that too much around here. But anyway, I don't even know how that even thread got off on it. But anyway, I want people to have a say, so I'm going to start going out and seeing if I can find people that want to have a talk, that want to say something. They have to be of a certain age. I'm not taking youngsters. They can get their own stuff to deal with. I want to help oldsters, like myself. You don't have to be 70, but you could be 80, or you could be 60. But somewhere in that range, you're an oldster and you know it. If you're not, you know that too. You know you're an oldster when you get there. That is a fact. So anyway, let's see what else we can do. Let's see who else we can find to lay this technology on and see if they have something to say to the world. Or show the world. Doesn't have to be talk. It could be a demonstration. Maybe something you do, something you like. Anyway, we're down to it again. The end of the 15 minutes, and it's time to go. Closing out here in just a few seconds, I should say. So good night. Take care of everybody. Take care of each other. Love the ones you can.